Republican State Representative Richard Heath came out against Governor Matt Bevin's proposed pension bill during a question and answer session with constituents in Mayfield Thursday night. Joe Jackson reports.
He says pension reform is needed, but changes need to be made to the current proposal.
Once House leadership and Senate leadership have sat down with all the information they have available, and they reach what they say is the best compromise they can come up with that saves the pension and does the least amount of harm to the people that the pension is for, and it's a guy, this is all we've got, it's this or nothing. At that point, I'll be on board.
Shanna Mills, a teacher at Graves County High School, says she would face a $120 per month pay cut under the governor's proposal, in addition to reduced benefits and no incentive to work after 27 years. Mills says she understands that teachers will have to make concessions, but she says it isn't the teachers' fault that the pension system is in the situation that it is.
The legislators have caused this mess, and I look to them for guidance in fixing it with as little penalty to teachers, current and future, as possible.
Republican State Senator Stan Humphreys also attended Thursday night's meeting and said he too was opposed to the proposed pension bill. Republican State Representative Kenny Imes was also in attendance Thursday night but did not speak. About 100 people attended the meeting hosted by Kentuckians for the Commonwealth. I'm Joe Jackson.
Former Kentucky Attorney General and U.S. Congressman Ben Chandler was in Graves County Monday with good news in the fight against smoking. Joe Jackson reports.
Chandler is the CEO for the Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky, a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization working to make Kentuckians healthier. He spoke to the Purchase Area Development District Board of Directors Monday about the state of health in our area. Chandler says the Purchase area has seen a major decline in the smoking rate over the last few years.
In 2012, the smoking rate here in the Purchase was 30%. It's now only 18%. Now, that's an amazing drop in just 4 years. And that's one thing I want to do while I'm down here is celebrate with some of the leaders of the counties down in the Purchase, what they have done to cut the smoking rate. And that's going to help tremendously over time. The health of the people here. Now, we can do better, even better than that, but the Purchase area has the lowest smoking rate in the whole state.
Chandler said smoking and obesity are the state's two biggest problems. He says the foundation wants to try to tackle those problems.
We want more smoke-free ordinances around the state, and we'd like to hike the tobacco tax. We'd like to see the cigarette tax go up considerably to further cut smoking. We know that works, and we want to see that happen.
Funded by a $50 million endowment, the mission of the foundation is to address the unmet health needs of Kentuckians by developing and influencing health policy, improving access to care, reducing health risks and disparities, and promoting health equity. I'm Joe Jackson.
Despite the fact that the state of Kentucky has no similar law, adding gender identity and sexual orientation to the list of discriminatory practices in the city of Paducah is on the agenda for tonight's City Commission meeting. Joe Jackson reports.
Paducah attorney Stan Spees is concerned that the public hasn't had their chance to weigh in.
The people in the community really haven't heard what's going on. It was the last time they met, they came up with this and had the first reading of it, and I don't know of anybody that knew about it. I think the public really hasn't had a chance to have its say as to whether this is a road we want to go down.
Pastor Brant Lyon with 12 Oaks Baptist Church in Paducah is concerned about how these ordinances are often misused.
What we're seeing over and over again is not necessarily the intention of the ordinance, which is, not hiring people of the homosexual community or to discriminate against those people. That's not generally what we're seeing. What we are seeing over and over again is a misuse of these types of ordinances to punish those who don't get on board.
Richard Nelson with the Commonwealth Policy Center says these ordinances are well intended but unnecessary.
Nobody wants to see somebody hurt or marginalized or disrespected, and I think they think this law will achieve that. But, there are other laws on the books, for example, that deal with workplace behavior.
The City Commission meeting is tonight at 5:30 at Paducah City Hall. I'm Joe Jackson.
A man who runs a Mayfield business is not happy with the city council's decision to deny late-night alcohol sales. Joe Jackson reports.
Mayor Teresa Rochetti Cantrell vetoed an ordinance 2 weeks ago that would have allowed restaurants and bars to serve alcohol until 1 a.m., an hour later than allowed under the city's current ordinance. The council had a chance to override the mayor's veto Monday night, but did not do so. 7 votes were needed to override the veto, but the vote was 6-4. Matt Kellich, general manager at MT Winchester, a tavern in Mayfield, said Cantrell and the council failed the citizens of Mayfield. He took out most of his aggression on Cantrell in a video posted on Facebook Monday night.
You want to sit up there and say, this is not personal. I'm calling you a liar. This is absolutely personal with you. You are doing this because you yourself don't believe in alcohol, and you absolutely want to condemn those that enjoy a drink. That is wrong. I'm a veteran, and every veteran in the United States signed their name on a blank check to stop tyranny. What is going on in the city of Mayfield is by definition tyranny.
Cantrell has consistently said that midnight is late enough to serve alcohol in Mayfield, and extending alcohol sales would lead to safety concerns. In a statement released on Tuesday, Cantrell said the city's alcohol and beverage control ordinance is a good piece of governance with hours of research and discussion embedded into it. And she said it didn't need changing at this time. She said the ordinance was brought before the council originally in its 2 readings without any pushback from the community or other council members. She said that shows her that both sides of this very complicated and passionate issue were represented well in the legislation that was passed. Kellich said Monday night's vote shows that Mayfield is not ready to move forward. He encouraged those in agreement to let their voices be heard on Election Day. I'm Joe Jackson.